I just want to play this video, and so Jen's going to turn this on, and I hope you can hear it okay. It's about 5 minutes long.
You think this is just another day in your life? It's not just another day. It's the one day that is given to you. Today. It's a gift. It's the only gift that you have right now. And the only appropriate response is gratefulness. If you learn to respond as if it were the first day in your life and the very last day, then you will have spent this day very well. Begin by opening your eyes and be surprised that you have eyes you can open. That incredible array of colors that is constantly offered to us for pure enjoyment. Look at the sky. We so rarely look at the sky. We so rarely note how different it is from moment to moment with clouds coming and going. Open your eyes, look at that. Look at the faces of people whom you meet. Each one has an incredible story behind their face. Not only their own story, but the story of their ancestors. All that life from generations and from so many places all over the world flows together and meets you here like a life-giving water if you only open your heart and drink. Open your heart to the incredible gifts that civilization gives to us. You flip a switch and there is electric light. Turn a faucet and there is warm water and cold water. And drinkable water. A gift that millions and millions in the world will never experience. And so I wish you that you will open your heart to all these blessings and let them flow through you. That everyone whom you will meet on this day will be blessed by you. Just by your presence. Let the gratefulness overflow into blessing all around you. And then it will really be a good day.
Isn't that great? I think you can find him at gratefulness.org, but you can see me if you want a copy of that video, and you can see it on the replay of the service. But a couple of little tidbits from what he said. You think this is just another day in your life. It's not just another day. It's the one day that is given to you today. You're always experiencing today, this present moment. And he says, if you learn to respond as if it were the first day of your life and the very last day, then you will have spent this day very well. It's just so amazing. He just keeps on reminding us of the miracle, And it's funny how music speaks to us. This is why we have music at every service. Music speaks to us in a deep way and helps remind us of the miracle of everything. And this is why we need gratitude as a spiritual practice. It's because we forget the miracle. And I want to share the words of Wayne Dyer that I shared a year ago at this time. And this is what I call comparative gratitude. He said, if you have food in the fridge and clothes on your back, a roof over your head and a place to sleep, you are richer than 75% of the world. Probably greater than that by now. Doesn't that call for some gratitude? And if you have more health than illness, you are blessed more than 1 million who will not survive this week because of their illness. If you have money in the bank, any money in the bank, or even in your wallet, some spare change, you are among the top 8% of the world's wealthy. If you can attend a church meeting without fear, that is, fear of arrest, torture, or death, you are more blessed than 3 billion people in the world because of that religious freedom. And if you've never experienced the danger of battle or loneliness or imprisonment or the agony of torture or the pangs of starvation, you are ahead of 500 million people in the world today. That's the perspective that gratitude brings. And that, once again, I call that comparative gratitude. Someone once told me, David, we live in Disneyland. Most of us, most of our lives, can say that about our lives. We live in Disneyland. And it's so easy to forget that. When I had a cold the other week, I leaned over to grab some Kleenex. I was feeling sorry for myself, and then I realized how many people would just love to have a piece of Kleenex. They don't have Kleenex in Gaza. They don't have Kleenex in Sudan. They don't have Kleenex in many impoverished places, people living on the streets. I mean, how many people don't have Kleenex? And how I am just going through this and, wiping my nose once, throwing it on the floor, blessing the Kleenex. And it comes to this looking for the gift. Looking for the gifts. There are 1,000 gifts. If someone said there's 1,000 gifts, 3,000 gifts waiting for you today. Look at things, and it'll change what you see. I was noticing that this service always begins, except for today it didn't, with grateful for this day. And it ends, the very last thing we say is, and all is well, thank you, God. It ends with gratitude. And every New Thought prayer has, no matter how much they move the steps around between the different New Thought traditions, has gratitude as one of the essential steps. There's a power in it, the converting power, a catalyzing power. And the mystic Meister Eckhart said, if the only prayer that you ever say in your entire life is thank you, it will have been enough. That's what his thought on gratitude was. The power of gratitude. Michael Beckwith called it the alchemy of gratitude, what happens, because he said if you have a gratitude practice, it changes you physically. It's something in unity that's called chemicalization. When a spiritual or mental change comes about and your body feels different, your whole person is changing. So I decided to research this a little bit, and I found gratitude and the body. Dr. Robert Emmons said people who practice gratitude sleep better, exercise more, and have fewer physical symptoms overall. That's people who practice gratitude, according to Dr. Robert Emmons. Cardiologist Dr. Paul Mills at UC San Diego says gratitude is strongly related to a healthier heart. Gratitude and the brain. Psychiatrist Dr. Daniel Amen, that's a cool last name, Amen, says that gratitude activates the brain's reward system, flooding it with dopamine, improving mood as effectively as an antidepressant medication in many cases. Gratitude, gratitude. You know, they say food is a drug, helps change the neurodynamics of your system, your neurotransmitter mix. Gratitude will do that instantaneously. But there's a big problem. Given all the benefits, I could tell you about all the benefits of gratitude, and everybody would agree, everybody's agreeing, but we forget gratitude. And it's just a part of being human. For example, recall the things that you really, maybe something that you really, really wanted, and you got it. What's something that you really, really wanted? Was it a job? Was it a relationship? Was it a car? Was it the resolve of some physical condition? You really, really wanted that thing, and when you got it, you were on to the next thing. You were grateful shortly, but you were on to the next thing. And that happens, it's called hedonic adaptation. Your brain wants to adapt to miracles as if they're all just normal. Your brain wants to make everything vanilla. Well, I don't want to insult those of you who love vanilla. Your brain wants to just kind of make everything just smoothed out and wants to smooth out these emotional highs. And we can actually change our neurochemistry so that we take the baseline level of whatever that is and increase it. And I think gratitude, a state of gratitude, is one of the ways we can do this. Gratitude for, how about this? Gratitude for nothing at all. Just gratitude as a state of being. When you feel grateful, we're going to journal in a little bit, when you feel grateful for things, where do you feel that in your body? What does it feel like? What does it make you forget about? It makes you forget about the little things, and it changes you to try, and so to try to grab onto that feeling and remember it. There are people, do you know people in your life who they have this aura about them where you can tell they are carrying gratefulness as a consciousness, as a way of being? I want to be like them. So one of the ways that we can, Dr. Rick Hansen says, one of the ways we can overcome this hedonic adaptation is when you take in the good for 20 or 30 seconds. And that's why it's important to have a gratitude practice. He says, when you take in the good for 20 to 30 seconds, you literally install this good into your neural structure. This is neuropsychologist Rick Hansen, an author. This process, which he calls taking in the good, which we're going to do in a moment by journaling, uses neuroplasticity to create neural pathways, gradually building internal resources and counteracting the brain's natural negativity bias. Okay, so that's a lot to chew on. Neuroplasticity. What that means is your brain's neurons and the synaptic paths in your brain are not fixed. They are dynamic. And there's a saying in neuropsychology that neurons that fire together wire together. So if you are in the, Joy, you know that. If you are in the habit of being grateful, your neural pathways will literally keep on wiring that way, so it will be ingrained in you. But if you keep on practicing in your head worry and negativity and ungratitude, if there's such a word, then your brain will wire that way. But it's never too late to rewire your brain. It's never too late to actually grow new cells in your brain. New cells are being produced in the hippocampus. Your brain is so dynamic, it doesn't matter whether you're 9, 19, or 99. It does not matter. You can restructure and reprogram and rewire your brain. Michael Beckwith said this about spiritual practices, gratitude practice. He said, if you practice gratitude when you wake up and gratitude when you go to sleep, it changes everything in between. And as I said at the top of service, Myrtle Fillmore said, we don't have to wait till Thanksgiving to have Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving can be a daily event. I remember one night I had trouble sleeping, and so I decided to count gratitudes. Have you ever done that? Like, count your blessings? And it wasn't working. And then I decided it's because my body wasn't really relating to I'm grateful for. That language kind of sits there. So what I decided instead was I would try the language of I love my marriage. I love my house. I love my life. I like this. I appreciate this. I value this. I love this. And in this action language, it's still gratitude language, and it sits well. It speaks to my brain and my heart more than I am grateful for. So we're gonna do this in just a moment. And why don't we do this now? I'm gonna ask Jen to forward this to. This was playing in the background of our wedding. And the first thing is quite simple. We are just going to journal everything that we're grateful for. Whether it's words, bullets, we're just going to start journaling and journaling. What do you appreciate? What thing, place, person, aspect of yourself, aspect of the world do you appreciate? What thing, place, person, aspect of the world or yourself do you like? What do you love? What thing, place, person, way of being, activity, state of the world, state of life do you love? And we're going to do this for about 3 or 4 minutes. We're just going to continue for about another minute. Okay, let's just finish by jotting down a couple of bullets maybe that you can come back to later if you'd like. If you want to bring that clipboard home and bring it back to us, you can, or bring the piece of paper home, you can. The pen is yours. Thank you, Jen. Wasn't that cool? What did you all notice? Did you notice anything interesting? Valerie says there's a lot. When I first did this, I thought, someone said, yeah, you're going to have to write 100 things you're grateful for. I said, well, I don't have that many, but I'll start. Well, it's easy, right? Anybody else notice anything? Craig? It calmed you. Anybody else? Max? It tended toward meter and rhyme, yeah. Poetry coming out. Adrian? I was smiling. She was smiling as she wrote, yeah. Sorry I don't have the Zoom chat up here with me, but it's alchemical. It changes you. And so I know that a lot of you have a gratitude practice. And I would invite those of you who don't have a gratitude practice, once a week, start doing it, or set an alarm that says gratitude, or just do it in the morning or at night, whatever works for you, because it will change you. And I'm going to conclude with about 4 sentences of things here. One of them is from Byron Katie. Byron Katie says, gratitude is what happens naturally when you realize that everything is here to serve your awakening. So that reminds me, is everything? Can I be grateful for it all? Is everything here for my awakening, the good and the bad? When you think of it that way, I remember when I first heard this from David Alt a few years ago, a minister in Atlanta. He said, just be grateful for it all. I'm grateful for everything, even the tragedies. I'm grateful for all of my life. And I wrote this last night, so I'm going to read it, just 2 sentences. I invite these gratitudes to enter my consciousness and rewire my brain. I promise to see through new eyes and not forget. And so it is.